So you may have heard about intermittent fasting, or you could have heard maybe a cool GI doctor speak about how he does intermittent fasting. Well, in this video today, I'm going to go over the 6 health benefits that actually do occur with intermittent fasting. And if you wait till the very end of the video, I'll give you my reasons why I recommend intermittent fasting as a GI doctor. Guys, let's talk about food. Howdy y'all, Dr. Samir here, aka your poop guru, trying to give you the best tips and tricks to help out with your health. If you haven't already, for goodness sakes, don't forget to smash that like button. Like, share, subscribe, and also if you want to get great poop tips just like this one, don't forget to subscribe to my weekly newsletter. I'll put a link down below. So you may have seen all of the news or all the information about different fad diets that are out there. I can tell you that intermittent fasting is one of those diet trends that I think is going to be around for a long time, because we actually have very good evidence in terms of how intermittent fasting works. Now, if you want to learn more about my approach to intermittent fasting, what different fasting types you can do, I'll put a link on some of the videos for that. But here are some of the actual health benefits you can get if you try to implement intermittent fasting. So number 1 is that you actually do have some changes that occur on a cellular level. Yes, microscopic cells, tiny little things, can actually improve or get better function whenever you have some fasting going on. So whenever you don't eat for a while, there's a couple things that your body will do in reaction to that. So for example, your body will actually make cellular changes to make fat more accessible to use as energy. In addition, multiple hormone changes occur to help you lose more fat. For example, your levels of blood insulin drop down a significant amount that can help mobilize fat as an energy source. In addition, a hormone called growth hormone actually gets ramped up in terms of production, and that ramping up of production will actually help you improve muscle strength and fat burning, almost as much as 5 times. In addition, you have on a microscopic level cellular repair going on. Your cells help to get rid of more and more waste as you fast more and more. Number 2 is weight loss. So the mantra for weight loss is calories in has to be less than calories coming out. That's pretty much all what it comes down to. Every single weight loss diet that's out there, whether it's keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, anything you want to put on as a diet, this is all what it comes down to. So if you're skipping one whole meal, you automatically decrease the amount of calories that are coming in. And so with that, you're able to lose some weight. However, I do have to give you a little caveat on this. So there was a recent paper that just came out from the Journal of the American Medical Association, or JAMA, which recently had a new study that just came out in terms of how effective is the weight loss that occurs with intermittent fasting. So in this study, they randomized people to have a fasting period and a feeding period. That feeding period was basically from noon up until midnight, and they compared this to people who had normal eating patterns. Now, those that were in the fasting group lost about 2 to about 3.5 pounds, which is more than people who did normal dieting. However, what they found is that the vast majority of that weight loss was not from fat, but from actually lean muscle mass. Now, this is not the end-all be-all when it comes to intermittent fasting and weight loss. However, this does bring pause in terms of how effective this could be when it comes to long-term weight loss. So we have more studies coming out. Number 3 is that if you suffer from diabetes or insulin resistance, intermittent fasting is a way that you can help treat that naturally. Now, you guys know me. I'm all about trying to do what you can diet-wise and natural-wise to help out with your health. Now, the main reason people have diabetes is because of insulin resistance. And any way that we can help decrease or minimize that resistance will help out with your diabetes. Now, intermittent fasting has been shown to have significant improvement on insulin resistance, thereby decreasing and even reversing diabetes in some people. And on recent studies, intermittent fasting has been shown to reduce fasting blood sugar by 3 to 6%, while fasting insulin has been reduced to as much as 30%. This does suggest that intermittent fasting can be protective against type 2 diabetes. Number 4 is that intermittent fasting can actually reduce inflammation going on inside your body. So if you're one of those people who suffers from some sort of inflammatory disease, you feel inflamed, you have joint issues, brain fog, there is evidence that intermittent fasting can help out with that. There are several studies which show that intermittent fasting can improve the body's reaction to stress, especially cellular stress or oxidative stress. Another benefit is that there are some studies to suggest that intermittent fasting can help out with Alzheimer's. So Alzheimer's, unfortunately, is becoming a more and more common disease that we're seeing when people are getting older and older. Now, there's no current cure for Alzheimer's, but there's ways that we can try to minimize the effect or decrease how rapid that effect can be, that's what we want to aim for. There's a study in rats with Alzheimer's in which we have pretty good evidence that intermittent fasting can help out with rats, and there is some suggestion that doing intermittent fasting can help out with humans as well. More and more studies are needed. However, we're seeing more evidence of how the gut can play a role in terms of neural health. And then lastly, intermittent fasting can help you live longer. Yes! Who wouldn't want to live forever? There are plenty of studies that are out there that suggest that people who restrict their calories tend to improve their lifespan. Now, we're not quite sure exactly why that's the case. Maybe a combination of all the above that I talked about, reducing stress, preventing Alzheimer's, improving your cellular damage, who knows? But as long as we can get that effect, that's going to be the best thing for us. So these are some of the 6 benefits health-wise that come with intermittent fasting. So let me talk to you about my experience. So I've been doing intermittent fasting for a long time. I first started doing this when I heard about some of the benefits with this, and for me, I have really enjoyed the process. Now, what I typically do is that my intermittent fasting begins with me skipping breakfast. So I will have my coffee, I'll have my tea, but typically my first meal of the day will be around 12 or 1 o'clock. I usually do an 8-hour fast where I will eat up until about 9 o'clock. And usually around 9 o'clock is when I close my fast, and from then on out, I don't eat. For me, it fits my lifestyle. I have a very busy lifestyle with work, kids, YouTube, other things going on. And so by me skipping breakfast, that's one decision I don't have to make. I don't have to worry about it. I know that I'm going to eat at some point in time during the day. Number 2 is that I actually feel like I personally get more energy if I do skip breakfast. So I've tried an experiment where I've had breakfast versus not have breakfast. And the days that I actually have breakfast, I am more sluggish, I am more hungry. I'm not just with it, but when I don't eat breakfast and I skip that meal, I do feel a lot better. And number 3, in terms of weight loss, like I mentioned before, I actually don't feel as hungry as what I do whenever I do eat. So if you're looking for a way to lose weight, intermittent fasting is a simple, easy thing that you can do. All you have to do is skip one meal. That's it. That easy. Now, before you try and do intermittent fasting, it's not for everyone. I don't recommend it for all of my patients. There are some patients in which I do think it's going to help, but there are plenty of patients in which you may need to see a dietitian, speak to your healthcare provider, and make sure you have other things going on in line to make sure it doesn't cause you any harm. So my question today for you, have you tried intermittent fasting? What do you think? Comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my weekly newsletter. I'll put a link right here where you can get great poop tips just like this one. Hey, if you're wanting to learn more about intermittent fasting and other diets, don't forget to click my link here where you can get more information on what you can do diet-wise.